Hello students, we are going to take up the revision of ammonia gas. The formula for ammonia is NH3. Now in our course we have the lab preparation. So first let's take up the diagram. So in this diagram we have taken the lab preparation of ammonia gas from the compound ammonium chloride and calcium hydroxide. Now we take dry ammonium chloride, right? This is dry, and calcium hydroxide or slaked lime. This is also dry, but we take this in large amount, right? Why we take this in large amount? Because ammonium chloride, if it is less, then it is going to, on heating, it will be converted into sublime gas. So this is a sublime solid, it will be converted into gas. To avoid this, we take large amount of calcium hydroxide. We take a tilted or inclined round bottom flask, right, and we heat. The moment we heat, what will happen? NH4Cl plus calcium hydroxide will form calcium chloride plus water, and you'll get the ammonia gas. So calcium chloride will remain over here being solid, and what will happen? Moist, or you can say water vapors and ammonia gas will be released. Now we'll get water and we'll get ammonia here. So we have water and we have ammonia here. Now since they are gases, so they will rise up. As soon as they rise up, we have a container where there is quicklime. So quicklime acts as a drying agent. It absorbs moisture of water and we will get ammonia gas. So this ammonia gas is released. This ammonia gas is collected by downward displacement of air. Children, आपने HCl किया था. HCl में क्या था? It was upward displacement. Okay, and here ammonia, it is downward displacement. Now in both the cases we have used air. Why we have not used water? Because both HCl and ammonia are water soluble gases. Okay, now the question may be asked that why we have taken calcium oxide, why can't we use H2SO4? So we can't use H2SO4 because the ammonia gas is basic and sulfuric acid is acid. Why can't we use P2O5 or why can't we use calcium chloride? Because P2O5 or calcium chloride, these two also react with ammonia. So we cannot use these two compounds. Okay. So the only compound left is calcium oxide or quicklime, which is used to absorb moisture. Is this clear? Right, now after this we move on to the next method which is used for preparing ammonia gas in lab, that is taking magnesium or calcium metal, burning it in nitrogen. So we take up here only, if we take magnesium and burn it in nitrogen, we get magnesium nitride, and then this is treated with water. So Mg3N2 will combine with 6 water and will get magnesium hydroxide 3 molecules, okay, plus 2 molecules of ammonia. Is this clear? So 3 Mg. So what will happen? We take magnesium, we burn it in nitrogen, we form magnesium nitride. This magnesium nitride is then treated with water. The moment we take magnesium nitride, treat this with water, we get magnesium hydroxide and ammonia gas is released. This ammonia gas, right, is moist. So again, it is, you can imagine, if we have Mg3N2 over here in a round bottom flask and we add water, so we'll get moist ammonia, and like the same thing we have to perform same drying and same collection for ammonia. Is this clear? Now after this we talk about the manufacturing methods. So we manufacture ammonia gas through Haber process. Now actually it is now not known as Haber's process, it is known as Haber-Bosch process. Okay, why it is known as Haber-Bosch process? Because the hydrogen which we use in preparing ammonia is actually prepared through Bosch process. So what is the reaction? 1 part of nitrogen gas, 3 part of hydrogen gas. There is a reversible reaction, forms ammonia gas. Now, if we want to make this reaction irreversible, then what do? Instead of keeping ammonia in gaseous state, we cool and we change ammonia into liquid state. Okay. Now the conditions are, the temperature over here is 450 to 500 degrees centigrade. Pressure is 200 to 900 atmospheres. It depends upon the plant, right? The capacity of the plant. Then catalyst is finely divided iron. Okay. And the promoter is molybdenum. Is this clear? If the combination is not iron and molybdenum, then the combination is ferric oxide. The catalyst can be ferric oxide. In that case, promoter is potassium oxide, 1%, right, and 3% Al2. Okay, so there are two combinations for catalyst and promoter, right? Conditions 450 to 500 degrees centigrade and pressure is 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to ensure the gas which we are taking should be pure, right? And there should be no impurity, no impurity of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide or hydrogen sulfide, as they are going to poison the catalyst. Okay, so we take one part of nitrogen gas, we take 3 parts of hydrogen gas, and we put it into a compressor. From the compressor, we send these mixture of gases into a catalytic chamber where we have iron as catalyst, okay, finely divided iron, and molybdenum as promoter. So what happens? Hydrogen and nitrogen, and over here there is temperature also maintained from 450 to 500 degree centigrade. Okay, over here in compressor the pressure was 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure. So pressure and temperature is maintained. What happens? The nitrogen and hydrogen combine to form ammonia. The ammonia बन जाएगा, right? This ammonia formed is immediately taken, right? And it is cooled. So when it is cooled, the ammonia gas is converted into liquid ammonia and it is separated. So this makes the reaction irreversible. Now children, बहुत ज़रूरी है, the question may be asked how you can make this reaction irreversible. So by changing ammonia into liquid. Is this clear? Then the question may be asked, what is the name of the catalyst, or what is the name of the promoter, what are the conditions, or write a balanced reaction. Now in case children, if nitrogen, hydrogen, some additional gases, additional hydrogen and nitrogen is there which is not converted into ammonia is there, so then it is again collected and resent into the catalytic chamber so that it is converted into ammonia gas. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया हमारा हेबर्स प्रोसेस. चिल्ड्रन, दिस प्रोसेस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इसको अच्छे से करके जाइएगा. ओके, नाउ अनदर देयर इज अ पॉइंट that what do you mean by liquefaction? Liquefaction means ammonia can be easily liquefied. Okay, liquefaction means changing into liquid. Now ammonia gas can be easily liquefied. So if the word is liquid ammonia, that means we are talking about ammonia in liquid form. If the word is liquor ammonia means ammonia is there with water. Okay. So please see, one is liquid ammonia or liquefaction, right? So liquefaction is ammonia is in the liquid form. The other is liquor ammonia, where ammonia is in dissolved form, right? Now next we take up the physical properties. It is ammonia is a pungent smelling colorless gas, right? And it is not poisonous. It is lighter than air, and you can identify its nature with the help of fountain experiment. So what is the aim of fountain experiment? Is to know the nature of the gas and to know the solubility, to confirm the solubility, right? Now To confirm the solubility and nature, we perform this experiment. So in this experiment, what we do, we take a beaker. In this beaker, we fill red litmus solution. Right, we connect this beaker through a capillary with a round bottom flask. This round bottom flask has got a cork. Cork is having two holes. With one, we connect capillary. The second, we insert a dropper. This dropper is filled with water. ओके, so what we are going to do, हम इस वाटर ड्रॉपर को प्रेस करेंगे. जैसे ही प्रेस करेंगे, this water will come out. The moment water will come out, this water will dissolve ammonia. So ammonia gas will come and dissolve. With the result, what will happen, there will be low pressure created. So inside this round bottom flask is low pressure, and outside here you have high pressure. So with the result, what will happen, the liquid or red litmus solution will rise up through the capillary. It will come over here, and as soon as it comes out, it oozes out, it is going to come in contact with ammonia gas, right? So the litmus solution is red and ammonia is a basic gas, so we are going to get blue color fountain. Is this clear? So the nature of the gas is basic, and solubility is it is highly soluble in water. Okay children, this is also again a very important experiment, and the question may be asked, to what is the aim or which color fountain is obtained. And question may also be asked, suppose dropper is there, everything is same, but the dropper is not having any water, will there be any fountain? No, in that case there will be no fountain. Okay, now we take up the chemical properties. Chemical properties, we have combustibility or reaction of ammonia with oxygen. So when we take ammonia, we combine with oxygen, it forms nitrogen gas and water. Okay, now what do? We actually take, the two holes, right, in a container. Okay, and through first hole we bubble oxygen gas. Okay, right, and there is lot of oxygen. Okay, after this, what happens? There is a cotton wool is there, and then we stop oxygen gas and we bubble ammonia gas. Okay, and then there's enough of ammonia gas all over, right? Now when there is enough of ammonia gas, now again what do? We try to lit this nozzle. So when we lit this nozzle, if there is enough of ammonia gas, right, then it is not going to burn. Now what we do? Now we again pass oxygen gas. Now the moment we pass oxygen gas for long time, then what happens? This ammonia gas and oxygen, they are here, so they react, and you get yellowish flame of nitrogen, and along with this vapors are formed. So this proves that if there is alone ammonia gas, then burning will not take place. Burning only takes place when there is ammonia with oxygen. तो अगर सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन है तब तो there is burning taking place. But if there is only ammonia, then there is no burning. So ammonia will only burn when there is excess of oxygen, or we can say the gas burns in presence of excess of oxygen. Is this clear? Next we take up the second experiment. Okay, this experiment is what happens when there is catalytic oxidation. So if we take ammonia, we burn it in oxygen, but there is a catalyst. So if the temperature is say 1000 degrees centigrade, or it is 900 to 1000 degrees centigrade, and we take platinum as catalyst, then in that case ammonia combines with oxygen, and instead of forming nitrogen, now because of catalyst it forms nitric oxide, right, and you get water. So what do? We take two parts of ammonia gas and we take one part of oxygen, right? We pass this mixture of ammonia and oxygen into a conical flask, right? And here we lit the platinum filament and keep the temperature inside around 1000 degrees centigrade, that is 900 to 1000 degrees centigrade. Now what will happen? In presence of this catalyst, ammonia and oxygen they react and you get nitric oxide. Okay, now since there is excess of oxygen, so this nitric oxide will further react with excess of oxygen and forms nitrogen dioxide. So the gas which comes out is reddish brown color gas because nitrogen dioxide has got reddish brown color. Now remember children, this catalytic oxidation of ammonia is an exothermic process. Okay, remember the reaction is exothermic process. So initially what happens, we give the temperature, but later on it is like we start the reaction, but later on the reaction is not required, heat is not required because the reaction is exothermic, so heat is taken from there. Okay, now next, after this we have, before coming to this, we have reaction. Okay, we first take up this, what happens when ammonia gas reacts with lead oxide and copper oxide. So here ammonia acts as reducing agent. Okay, so ammonia gas combines with copper oxide, it forms, now this takes oxygen, right, and it breaks into nitrogen, hydrogen and oxygen will form water and metal is left. Okay, so you will get copper, 3 copper plus 3 water plus nitrogen. Okay, so this is the reaction. Okay, likewise we take ammonia gas and treat this with lead oxide. Okay, so same reaction, we will get 3 lead, 3 water and 1 molecule of nitrogen. Okay, so we can see this experimentally. It's a beautiful experiment. What do? We take a glass long tube. In this we take 2 containers. In the first one we place lead oxide, in the second one we place copper oxide. Now lead oxide is yellow in color, copper oxide is black in color, and we pass dry ammonia gas. Now from outside we heat. So when we heat, ammonia gas combines with copper oxide, right? It acts as reducing agent, it absorbs its oxygen forming water and nitrogen, leaving behind copper. So you get after some time the copper color, copper metal, that is golden brown color. Okay, likewise lead oxide which is yellow in color, with ammonia it forms lead, so you get silvery gray color lead over here left behind. Okay, water is there and along with water nitrogen gas is there. So water is connected over here because we cool the U-tube, right? So water over here gets condenses and you get pure nitrogen gas which is collected in a jar, right? Since it is lighter, so it is collected through a downward displacement. Okay, so this gas nitrogen confirms that ammonia is acting as a reducing agent. Okay, now, again, another reaction to prove that ammonia is a reducing agent is when ammonia combines with chlorine gas. So, when we take ammonia gas, right, and we combine this with chlorine, so there are two cases. First is ammonia is taken in excess, right? Excess means if we take 8 ammonia molecules and one and say 3 molecules of chlorine, we get 6 molecules of ammonium chloride and we get nitrogen gas. Okay, and if we take reverse, that is we take ammonia and we take excess of chlorine, chlorine is taken in excess, right, then we get 3 molecules of HCl gas and nitrogen trichloride is formed. Is this clear? So children, you have to remember chlorine is greenish yellow gas, right? And this greenish yellow gas after some time is converted when there is ammonia gas into a yellow color explosive liquid. Is this clear? So these reactions with ammonia, with chlorine, ammonia with lead oxide and ammonia with copper oxide confirms that ammonia is a reducing agent. Okay, next. If we take ammonia gas in the chemistry lab, then it acts as in form of ammonium hydroxide, then it acts as lab reagent. Let's study how. So if we take say zinc ions, so zinc ions with ammonium hydroxide are going to form zinc hydroxide gelatin white precipitate. Okay, so if you have taken nitrate, then you will get nitrate, ammonium nitrate. If you have say taken chloride, you will get ammonium chloride, right? So this you have to remember. Whatever is the anion over here, maybe if taken sulfide, so you will get ammonium sulfide. So whatever anion is here, that type of same salt is formed. Okay. So if we take zinc ions, we want to confirm the salt contains zinc ion. So then in that case, what do? We take ammonium hydroxide. On adding excess of ammonium hydroxide, this gelatinous white precipitate form gets soluble. Okay, due to formation of tetra, yes, it is, uh, this is you get tetraamine, so it is zinc tetraamine complex is formed. Okay, so because of formation of this complex, zinc ions get dissolved. Okay, if ferrous ions are there, so ferrous ions are going to form dirty green precipitate of ferrous hydroxide, right? And if you add excess, then the precipitate remains insoluble. If you take ferric ions with ammonium hydroxide will form ferric hydroxide. Ferric hydroxide is reddish brown in color. If you add excess of ammonium hydroxide, it will remain insoluble. Likewise, if you take lead ions are going to form lead hydroxide white color precipitate. On adding excess of ammonium hydroxide, the precipitate will remain insoluble. Okay, now comes the copper. So when copper ions come in contact with ammonium hydroxide, initially pale blue precipitate of copper hydroxide is formed, and on adding excess of ammonium hydroxide, tetraamine complex is formed, which is inky blue in color. Okay, what is the color? Deep blue color solution is formed. Okay, children remember ये this is very important. बहुत important है, इस पे तो पक्का क्वेश्चन आता है. तो सी द स्टेट कॉपर हाइड्रोक्साइड है तो पेल ब्लू प्रेसिपिटेट है, और जब एक्सेस में डालेंगे तो डीप ब्लू इंकी सोल्यूशन है. तो प्लीज रिमेंबर सोल्यूशन है, यहाँ पे प्रेसिपिटेट है, यहाँ पे सोल्यूशन है, दैट मीन्स प्रेसिपिटेट रिजॉल्व कर गया. दिस क्लियर. रिएक्शन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इस रिएक्शन को अच्छे से कर लीजिएगा. ये इनका प्रेसिपिटेट का कलर आपको पता होना चाहिए. यू शुड नो द कलर ऑफ द प्रेसिपिटेट एंड विच आयन इज प्रेजेंट. So they may ask you, maybe council में question आ सकता है. There is a compound A. This compound A on adding ammonium hydroxide forms yellow color. It forms white color precipitate. When you add excess of ammonium hydroxide, the precipitate remains insoluble. Identify the ion. The ion is lead ion, cation. Okay. If precipitate is soluble, then the cation is zinc cation. Okay. So you need to practice questions like this. Okay. Next and last, we talk about what happens when ammonia gas combines with acid. So when ammonia gas combines with acid like hydrochloric acid, it forms ammonium chloride. When ammonia combines with nitric acid, it forms an explosive ammonium nitrate. When it combines with sulfuric acid, it forms ammonium sulfate. Is this clear? Now when we take aqueous, this is dry ammonia. When we take aqueous ammonia, that means we are taking ammonium hydroxide. So ammonium hydroxide when combines with HCl, you get again ammonium chloride, right? But now you get extra product, that is water. Likewise, ammonium hydroxide when combines with nitric acid, it forms ammonium nitrate and water is also formed. Similarly, when ammonium hydroxide combines with sulfuric acid, two molecules of ammonium hydroxide combines to form ammonium sulfate and you get water. Is this clear, children? So these reactions are very important in अच्छे से कर लीजिएगा. Now we talk about the chemical test. How will you know the gas is ammonia gas? Okay, so first chemical test is when you bring the rod dipped in HCl, you get dense white fumes of ammonium chloride. Okay, then second test is if you take copper sulfate solution, you add ammonia gas to or ammonium hydroxide, you are going to get blue color precipitate, right? And when you add excess of ammonium hydroxide, this deep blue color changes into deep blue inky solution. Okay, so this confirms. And then third is if you take Nestler reagent, right? Nestler reagent is K2HgI4, that is potassium mercuric iodide. Then with ammonia, brown color precipitate is formed. Is this clear, children? So this is very interesting topic. Small है, छोटा topic है और बहुत ही interesting है. और आपके course में इसके uses भी है. So remember, ammonia is extensively used as a fertilizer. It is used in explosives, dyes में, drugs में use होता है. Then it is used in preparing various compounds like ammonium carbonate, ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate. ठीक है. लिकर अमोनिया का मतलब है ये अमोनिया को हमने वाटर में डिसॉल्व किया है. लिक्विड अमोनिया का मतलब है कि हमने अमोनिया को लिक्विड स्टेट में रखा है. इज दिस क्लियर? सो चिल्ड्रन इसको अच्छे से कर लीजिएगा. जितनी भी इक्वेशंस है यू टू प्रैक्टिस एंड सी कि आपकी इक्वेशन बैलेंस्ड हो और कंप्लीट हो. ओके, थैंक यू. हैप्पी लर्निंग.